Alright guys, welcome to your 45th XHTML tutorial, and before I start, I want to say that today, March 13th, 2011, Duke has just beaten UNC 75 to 58. So if you're a Duke fan, congratulations. If you're a UNC fan, I'm sorry. If you're watching this video like 2 years later, then this is history. What do you care? So anyways, let's go ahead and get to the tutorial. It's time for me to stop talking about basketball. And let's go ahead and say we're making a form right here. The perfect form. And now it's time to add, why is this so, my screen looks like a dull for some reason. Shouldn't it be brighter? If this tutorial looks like not as bright as the other ones, then let me know, because it looks that way to me. But anyways, let's go ahead and give them a place to enter their username, and we will do this with like input and type equals text and name equals username, and go ahead and put an ending dash right there. And my mom's texting me. Let's see what she said. Mama. Ooh, she was talking to me about my cousin who is, this is another thing that's going on right now. There's an earthquake in Japan recently, and my cousin was telling her about it. So anyways, that's what my mom and my cousin were talking about. Now we can continue. Okay, so copy and paste, and now this one can be password, and password is really easy. Just change the type to password and the name to pass, or anything you want. So now we have this on our screen right here. Okay, save this and refresh it. A username and a password. So say the user fills out their username and password, but now they're done. And now the user wants to submit their information to the website. Well, how can we have the user submit their information to the website so that the website can, do whatever it wants with it, store it in a database or make a user account or whatever? Well, in order to have the user submit the data, they need the last, well, this is the last input type I'm going to tell you about, and this is called submit. Now, whenever we make the type submit, this appears, whoa, that's definitely not how you do it. Kind of getting ahead of myself here. Type equals submit. Whenever we have a submit button on the screen, then I just gave it away. It makes a button appear on the screen. And what does that button say on it? Well, actually, you have another attribute here called value. And whatever you type in the value is what appears on the button. So now we're going to have two fields, a user and a password field. In this input type submit, this means make a submit button. And what do you want to say on it? Submit with exclamation point at the end. So go ahead and save this and refresh and check it out. We now can enter a username and password, and they hit submit. But now when they hit submit, nothing happens, and that is because I didn't tell you about this one little thing. First of all, we don't know any computer programming yet, so I'm not going to be getting to talk to you guys about that. But in your opening form tag, you need two attributes by default. To tell you the truth, I can't even remember if I went over this before or not, but I don't think I have, so here you go. Later on, when you learn how to program in like PHP or something, you're going to have something called an action. And your action is basically saying this: whenever the user hits the submit button, what do you want to do with all that data? Well, typically you have another file somewhere, and then this file is responsible for processing this data. The file is typically a small computer program, and say this program would take their username and password and store it in a database. So the file might be called something like do something. I'm just giving you guys an example, but you would write the file name in right here. And aside from this attribute, you also have something called a method. Now, a method has two possible values: get, G-E-T, or post. And by the way, if you want to shut this tutorial off right now, then go ahead, because this is, kind of advanced stuff that you don't have to worry about right now, but you're going to have to come back to it sometime. Anyways, it has two different types of method, get and post. And this is basically the way your browser sends data to the action. So get, basically, if you want to bookmark pages, you know what, I'm not even going to tell you. This has nothing to do with XHTML or CSS. This is more like PHP. So anyways, just go ahead and put post. Remember, post is more secure. Always use post. There. That's all I'm going to cover. So anyways, that is how you make a submit button, even though all we can do is, click it right now and nothing happens. See, it says web page not found because it tried to go to do something, that file, and nothing happened because I didn't even make that file. But anyways, that's what happens. That's the core basics behind creating a submit button. So later when we learn JavaScript or PHP, we can actually do something with this information. But for now, I'm sorry, that's all you guys get. So all you Duke fans, go enjoy, go celebrate. All you UNC fans, go cry in a corner and wait for next year. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.